beyond. News, life, and beyond. News, life, and beyond. News, life, and beyond. New podcast, it's time you tap into it. Real life interviews, focus on your businesses. No propaganda or gimmicks, it's two dawns. DJ and Adam made News, life, and beyond. News, life, and beyond. News, life, and beyond.
The love is funny, and when you're meant to be, and, we talk about it sometimes. We weren't meant to meet 30 years ago. We were meant to meet now. We had to go through the things we had to go through in relationships to understand how to truly be loved and love someone. And that's what makes our relationship so good now. Like, he's my best friend. He's everything.
Did you know he was going to ask you to marry him?
I didn't. It's funny because he was joking. And when we were first going on dates and stuff, he had took me to this bar, and one of his sisters, friend sisters, he's known her for years, made the comment about her being upset with her man because they've been together for 10 years and he hasn't proposed yet. And he made the comment loud enough for me to hear and said, "Marriage? That's nothing but a paper. You don't need marriage. Like, da, 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 da. I'll never get married." And I was like, yes, he doesn't want to get married either. So, like, this is going to be perfect. And then we're talking on the phone one night, and he's like, "I'm going to marry you. I'm going to make you my wife." And I dropped the phone, and I picked it back up, and I'm like, "Wait a minute. You said you didn't believe in marriage. What changed?" And he's like, he said, "I never had a woman that made me believe in it and made me want it." So that was
cute.
That was like, I was like, okay.
Hold on 1 minute. I got it to you right here. All right.
And the best part is he actually asked my brother and both of my sons for my hand in marriage.
That's respect. Yeah, that's a keeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how did he ask you?
He just said that, "I want to make you my wife. Will you be my wife?"
You got down on his knee?
No, not yet. I told him you gotta do that when the ring comes.
Oh, okay.
But so yeah, we're planning it once he's he's in a situation too, and so once that stuff is over. We're looking at, we're hoping for February 2nd, our anniversary.
Yeah, my birthday's February 7th.
Nah, look at that.
Big Pun died on February 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Steve going to your wedding?
You know he's a bro, right?
Yeah.
He's one of my bros.
We going to the wedding?
Of course. All my family's invited.
I can wear a pink thong?
A pink thong?
Yeah. I'm like, man.
I know. Right?
Oh,
but yeah, so it's been, we've had our challenges.
Everybody
but
does.
We fight through it. We just fight through it.
That's awesome. You found love, and now you're happy. You can see it in your face and everything else.
And my kids love him, and his son. We're really close. He calls me mom.
Oh,
and to
nice.
hear from his ex, they never married, but they were together for about 11 years. She said to me one time on the phone, "You're the best thing that ever happened to him." To hear that from an ex, I was like, wow.
Yeah, because the ex usually be shitting on you.
Yeah.
Hard. He can't fuck, can't do this.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's horrible. So marriage will be happening soon.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at? What's the holdup? He got in trouble?
Yeah, he's got some legal issues as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like issues that'll make him go to prison, or?
Well, it's a known fact. It's already been, but he's on parole.
Oh,
he's
okay.
on special parole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he affiliated with anybody?
He's not been affiliated with anybody ever. Yeah, he gets along with everybody. That's the thing.
You ever try to push him to the edge?
No. I'm a true believer of my gut lets me know whether or not to bring someone to the light into the nation. Yeah. To be honest, I only have in the entire 31 years I've been in the nation, I've only brought 2 people to the light.
Okay.
Because it's something you're born with. We know it. It's, one thing we always say is real, recognize real.
It's hard to be on the street and really be faithful to the street life, and to be really close to the people you're around, because you can't do that nowadays.
No.
Motherfuckers will snitch on you real quick.
Oh yeah.
And look,
yeah, loyalty and is not something that people have anymore.
Not no more.
In any way.
Nah, I got one friend. I got acquaintances. I got friends I've known forever. Those are friends.
Yeah.
And I got one person I kick it with always. So I don't want no more friends.
Yep.
I think what we say, our circles align, pretty much.
Exactly. Because that's a sad thing. Us coming up in the era that we did, we know who's there and who's not. And I've been burned so many times by people. Hell, I've been burned by family members. Taking my ex-husband's side in the divorce.
Yeah, they burn you the most.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anybody from our back in the day that is still friends, other than me and you. Like close like that. You know what I'm saying? But man. So you're gonna get married? I'm lost. So, your time on the street and all the stuff that you've done or whatever you haven't done, you went to jail?
I did. I can just say that.
Can you talk a little bit
I've had
about
a couple instances in Florida that I did, due to, the fear of my ex-husband and what the repercussions would be if I didn't do what he wanted me to do. So there was a couple times where I spent more than, just 2 days or whatever, and doing bullshit that he wanted me to do. But my recent situation, I spent some time in Kansas. But that's still an ongoing case. So,
troublemaker. You gotta get it fixed. So
it's crazy because it's a true thing when people say you go back to what you know. And when my divorce was happening and my ex took all the money, left me in a house, the only thing I knew to do was get back in the game. And that was the quickest way I could save my house.
Yeah. Did you learn anything from that marriage not to do to bring it to your new marriage? And
communication is the key, which is what I love, because we do. Well, it's crazy because if we do get into an argument, it's funny because we'll argue and then we'll talk it out and then we laugh about it. Like, why did we even get mad? Right. What was the purpose of
sometimes arguments are stupid?
Yeah. But definitely communication.
Relatives. You got brother, sister?
I do have a brother. I live with him in Danielson.
Okay.
Yeah. And that man, I was actually talking to my fiance about him today. We were sitting on the porch, and my brother, in the last year, has been the one family member that has not left my side and has been there for me and helped me out when I needed it. And just even all the way to even last night, we went out and my purse and my wallet were in the car, and my fiance had the car, and I was like, crap, we're going out. I don't have anything. And my brother, just to be on the sly, like slid me a couple bucks and was like, here. So that way,
nice.
It's on you, you're not looking like you can't buy your own drinks or whatever. But he's really been he has been my saving grace. And I know the Lord, we've always been close growing up, me and my brother. But now it's even more so.
That's awesome, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got one brother, even though I really got a brother.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck him.
He is. My brother is 7 years older than me. Yeah. And I had to work Thanksgiving, and so he was like, when's your off day? We said Sunday, and that was when my fiance could also come up and have Thanksgiving meal. And my brother's like, all right, Sunday we're doing it. We're having Thanksgiving on Sunday.
That's awesome.
And he stayed home from church today to cook the entire meal while we went to church.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I love Thanksgiving food. But you do have a sister.
I do have two other sisters. One lives in Mississippi, and one lives right in Taftville. And then I was born with a twin sister. Everybody grew up with. Everybody knows my twin. It was always the common thing. Everybody would be like, "Oh, here come the Rendon twins."
Yeah.
Because we both would raise hell. But my twin started to transition. I know it's got to have been about 15 years now since the last time we had that reunion. Remember Mohegan Park? That was when
something we should do more of.
yes, that's when I started transitioning to Benjamin.
How did you guys feel about that? Did it, your family take it, or was it?
We welcomed it with open arms. I was the last person that he told. He was afraid that I would take it differently because the fact that we're identical twins. And it was hard at first because I was like, well, if you don't like the way you look, like I'm your identical, I'm a mirror image of you. So what do you feel about me? And that's the way I thought about it. But that wasn't the key. That wasn't what it was. And it wasn't until when I was mentoring teen moms, we had a conference we had to go to. And the last day we had a speaker that was transgender. And I asked them that question. Why is it hard for me to overcome it? And, you know, I said, I welcome and love him with open arms, but why is it that it still hurts? And their exact words to me were, I had to grieve the loss of my twin sister and welcome the birth of my twin brother. And when I saw it that way and really brought that in, and it changed it. And
I heard that before. It's like losing a sibling, like they're dying or whatever, and you got to bury them to have this new sibling. Yeah.
And now I tell people all the time, I was born with a sister, I'll die with a brother.
There you go. That's love, though. You know, I hate when people are like becoming female to male or male to female, and their family just throw them out on. You know, they need somebody there for them because they, you know, it's got to be hard for them. You know, to have these feelings.
Oh, it is.
You know,
it's hard. So when I was living in Florida, because I wasn't, you know, he lives here in Connecticut. My way of supporting him was myself and a couple other coworkers I had. We would actually go to the pride parades and hold signs, and we had shirts made that said "Free Mom Hugs." And anybody that came up and wanted a hug, and I'll never forget with this one gentleman, when he hugged me, he started crying, and he said, "I haven't had a mother's hug in 6 years when I came out." And that's when I knew this is what I need to do, and this is where my belief of loving like Jesus comes in.
Yeah,
because no matter what, we have to love. Because love overpowers hate and everything else.
Are you and your sister still tight? Have a good relationship?
No, unfortunately, with my divorce, he took the side of my ex-husband because I relapsed, and I was clean and sober for 20-something years, and due to the kidnapping and everything, that person had me on all kinds of drugs. I relapsed and went and started using again. And